Alright guys, day 7, day 8, done. We are standing at the new and improved, or past, or whenever this portal is from. We're standing in front of this portal, which is in Warlords of Draenor. We have come equipped with our crafted gear for Warlords. We'll talk more about what I bought and what I have in the 1 to 90 recap. Really just want to talk about day 7 and day 8. We're currently sitting in day 8. Day 7 and day 8 consisted of Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. Cataclysm in total took 5.5 hours. It was insane. Wrath was like 11 hours, Cata was like 5 hours, and Mists was 8 or 9. I was completely thrown by how quickly we got through Cataclysm. We did one zone, Mount Hyjal. I didn't get to go to Uldum. Can't even get my clicks correct here. We didn't go to Uldum. We didn't go to Deepholm. We didn't go to Twilight Highlands. We didn't touch Vashir, because... ugh. Cataclysm was over before we could blink. We did each of the dungeons one time. We did mostly specific queuing. We didn't even make use of bonus experience from queuing into the randoms. Just a couple. But it was just gone. We streamed like an hour and a half of it on day 6, which is part of the day 5, day 6 recap. And then day 7 was where we were going to get into the meat of it. And then it was over before lunch. I mean, we spent no time here at all. We made about 2,000 gold during Cataclysm. That's about all we could say for it. For a newer player that wants to make some good gold after they've reached max level, if you're looking for a side project, go back and finish up all of the Cata zones. This would be a huge amount of gold, especially at max level. And I highly recommend that. Just, these zones are cool, the quest lines are awesome. Vashir is... you just gotta experience Vashir once. I wouldn't do it again, but maybe you really like the experience. Deepholm, like, it was all great. I was really upset that I didn't get to see more of it. So, Mists, we changed it up a little bit. I probably could have done all of Jade Forest and been done. I probably could have been level 90 just by doing Jade Forest. But I wanted to get into Kunlai. I like this zone, I like these quests. So we started off and we did Powdon and Pearlfin, and then we decided to just move on. By this point we were 87, like halfway through 87. Of course we were doing the same thing. Dungeons, when they became available, we'd specifically queue for each one, make sure that we didn't double up on any of them. And we pushed into Valley, we did the starting quests here. We died to this elite that hits for like 19k a bunch of times. I really thought I could get it. I got her close, but that was annoying. Did a couple of the starting areas here. This quest line in here kind of just tries to push you to the next farm, lets you introduce you to the characters in this area. So you really only do a handful of quests at each hub, or each little farm. We did this until we hit 87. And then we came up here. We did Banan, we did the side area over here on the water with all the Striders. We did Westwind. Westwind is where we left off on day 7. So day 7 was all of Cataclysm, and then kind of like half of this. We were level 88 when we hit Westwind and did a couple of the quests there. And then that's where we picked it up this morning. We picked it up at Westwind. And then we went into Coda Base Camp, we did Winter's Blossom. We worked our way up to Shadowpan to finish off this quest line. We worked our way back down over to One Keg, and we were gonna start this. I thought I might just finish out this zone, but I kind of felt the calling to hit up another zone. Whether it was Tau Long or whether it was Dread Waste, I just wanted to go somewhere else. And I enjoy the Calaxy, so we went to the Vests, and we started the whole, you know, we awoke a couple of Paragons. We did these quests around here until we got to 90. And then that was it. Then we broke for lunch so that I could make this video. I'm also going to make a 1 to 90 recap video. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to have numbers about how many hours you spent in each expansion, how much gold we spent in each expansion. Go back, watch my old videos, get that information more specific, and then make that video. So day 7, day 8 was really just Cata, Mop. And collectively, I think we spent the same amount of time in those 2 expansions as we did in Wrath. Kind of crazy. The gear change, we actually managed to replace some of our gear in Mists, but most of these upgrades were insignificant, and I still find it absolutely hilarious that I'm wearing this belt. It's from BC, and I'm still wearing it, because nothing has come even close to beating 31 agility. Low levels, it's all about that main stat, and the item squish has just wrecked upgrades. There's just... Yes, I'm wearing a lot of stuff from Mists, but most of my Mist stuff replaced BC stuff. Wrath and Cataclysm offered small to none in terms of upgrades. Our gun is the one thing that we've been consistently upgrading. We've found quest rewards to replace it, we've found dungeon drops to replace it. One other thing that I'd like to mention about what we did when we broke into MoP, I've been trying to find something that's difficult, or something that's still got a little bit of zest to it. And when we hit 85, we started queuing for the end time dungeons, which were released at the end of Cataclysm. Now, when we tried this in BC, I went back and I did Shattered Halls Heroic, I did Shadow Labs Heroic, tried to go back and see if those were difficult, and we were hitting like trucks because it was considered old content. We were already level 72, and we were doing Shattered Halls, and it was basically giving us small crushing damage. We were hitting for like 15,000, when normally those shots hit for 1,000. So when I queued into End Time, I wasn't really expecting much, but it actually was true to itself. It wasn't easy. People were taking a lot of damage. Mechanics could kill you. So it was really fun to go back and do some of those, especially the ones that aren't on the time walking rotation. Well of Eternity, and the one in between. There's End Time, Well of Eternity. Actually, we didn't get to do the last one. The one with Thrall, where you go in the snow and... I can't remember the name of that one. Didn't get to do that one. I actually leveled up too much, and then it wasn't available anymore. But some of the rewards there were really good. Got a bow out of there that I used for a while. This ring, which I'm still wearing. So those were actually profitable in terms of gear, in terms of experience. You could, when you hit 85, you could actually queue for just the End Time series as a random to make sure that you got one of them, or you could queue for any random heroic and you would have gotten anything. You could have gotten Grimatal, you could have gotten Tol'Vir. I got lucky. When I queued for my everything, I actually got one of the End Times, and then when I queued for the End Time, I got the next one after End Time to kind of follow it up. So those were really fun, and I would recommend going and doing those if you've never done them, or if you did them in the past and you're leveling a new character and you want to try it out. I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. So that was really the only oddball in the last couple of days. It's been more of the same. We level, we do every dungeon, and really these last 2 expansions have just been weird in terms of speed. I thought that Wrath might set the tone. BC was... And honestly, with the squish, I thought BC would set the tone, right? Whatever BC's at, I figured Wrath would follow, Kata would follow. I figured they'd all just fall in line and be about the same, but their completion times are all over the map. So, kind of cool to learn. That's about it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you've been watching all of the daily recaps, I appreciate that. If you've been coming and checking me out when I'm live, I appreciate that. My Twitch channel details are in the description below. I will see you guys out there.